you talking about, boy? See what you talking about, boy? See what you talking about, boy? See you be talking that. See what you talking about, boy? See what you talking about, boy? See what you talking about, boy? See you be talking that. I'm on that radio. I speak it though. What's on your mind? It's deep though. I speak it though. We on the air. Just take it there. I'ma take it there. Hold up. Yeah, I'm talking about it, but I'm real about it. I speak on it, but don't catch films about it. We can chop it up like it's nothing, baby. Things that have you like, wow, now that's crazy. Now I know we didn't. Just take it there. Yes, this that OT show, baby, where we take it there. Like ATL Friday, 7 p.m. straight to 9. This that OT show, baby. Now we on that line. See what you talking about, boy? See what you talking about, boy? See what you talking about, boy? See you be talking that.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the OT show with your boy OT. Hey, we got a good show for y'all today. Today we are bringing on producer, artist, Rule, going to be joining your boy OT here on the show. Let me give y'all a little background on this man. You know what I mean? He's a award-winning music producer who has worked with some of the finest Canadian music talent, elite American MCs. Hey, and when I tell you this man right here, let me give you a little background on it, right? So, projects that he been on, TV shows, movies, Lift Every Voice, BET Network, Pimp My Ride, MTV Network, Punk, MTV Network, American Top Model, man, and The World I Know. Listen, remixes, George Clinton and Kendrick Lamar. Hey, yo, my man is fully grand as we got him here right now, y'all. We got him here. So our producer said bring him on in. So we're gonna bring him on in. What's going on, man? How are you feeling today? How are you?
Well, how are you, world? How you doing?
Oh man, good. So I just gave everybody just a little bit of background about you, but you got a single coming out. Never did anything to fall in love with that reggae and hip hop artist, A. Will the Dawn, right? So tell our listeners, because I already gave them a little something, but you can tell them too again, where you from and how you got started, bro.
I'm originally born in Toronto, Canada, but wasn't raised in Toronto for my life. I was raised in Jamaica by my grandmother, and then I was off to Washington, D.C. by my guardian, my aunt, raised in Washington, D.C., then New York, and then back to Canada. Those journeys are a part of what helped me to shape my music, my sound, my DC roots. Being raised in, well, Jamaica first is my reggae roots, all that background. And what Jamaica gave me too was that belief system that you're like a champion, you know? So you're fearless and you believe in yourself. That belief system that I get from that country is what helps me to have the drive that I have right now. So I'm pretty proud of having Jamaican blood heritage. Then from there, going to DC, gaining my go-go roots from DC. DC go-go is amazing. I love what I got from DC with that. As far as the drummings and all that dope groups out there, like one of the groups was one of my favorites out there is the Junkyard Band, because I got to see them when I was a kid out there. And they still, that inspired me heavy to watch these kids make such heavy music with what people would call junk, but it sounded like magic to me, you know? So that inspired me greatly. Then moving to New York, getting to, like, at my after school job, I worked at Statue of Liberty. This was a weekend job. I worked at the Statue of Liberty.
Wow.
And at the Statue of Liberty, the UMCs worked there and Method Man worked there as well. Right. So getting to be around Meth, every time at work when we're playing around or going home from on the ferry back to Staten, back to what do you call it, back to the pier,
Yeah.
Always either banging on the garbage can or doing something. He'd always be freestyling, or we'd go down to 42nd Street and get on the drums, and he would just be doing this thing. The exact same person that the world got to meet is exactly who he is. When I worked, his name was Shaquan. That's what they call him, Shaquan. And then
Uh-huh.
he Method Man. You mean
Wow.
so? Then I got to come back to Toronto, see my hometown, and actually get a chance to meet a lot of great people. There's a gentleman by the name of Ron Nelson in Toronto that brought all the great American acts to Toronto. So at least, and he had a radio station that gave me the food that I was not getting um, in Canada. So he played all the hip hop, all R&B, all that stuff. So that was the food, and he had the clubs that that had that music. So he was the one
Uh-huh.
that really brought that whole thing out here, that vibe for us to really learn more and feel more of the music and grow more musically.
Uh-huh.
Um, from there, I got signed to there's a record store called Plady Record here.
Uh-huh.
Um, his name is Eugene, Chinese Trini gentleman. Played my music to him. I was introduced to him by a gentleman named Tyrone Solomon. Tyrone Solomon is a famous house DJ here.
Uh-huh.
He's the introduced me to Eugene at Plady Record, which
Mhm.
helped my whole everything to take off. So meeting Eugene, he was the first person to release any of my music so it could get out into the world and for me to have some kind of a fan base or to have some kind of name. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to have had that chance. And as from an independent side too, we did very well.
Mhm.
So even when I got the deal from him, um, my deal was just for me to be the artist, producer, all that good stuff. But at that time, there was a rumor how I was hearing from a head A&R here that there's no talent. Oh, Toronto doesn't have any talent, and my friends and people that I was around were the talent. So
Right.
I took that opportunity to prove this gentleman wrong and to put a lot of people on. So instead of just making it about me, I really wanted to help a lot of the people that I believed in here get on. So instead
Uh-huh.
of it being an album about me, it became a compilation to where I took my music, my co-writing skills, and everything to help develop these artists to get to another level to help put my scene on, to help put these people on. And we had a lot of success. That from that project came the collaboration with Saukrates and Pharoahe Monch. I met Pharoahe
Mhm.
Monch at Up and They Be Down, and we stayed connected through that. He really loved my beats and everything, and we stayed connected. And we wanted to do a fusion with a Canadian artist and him, and
Uh-huh.
he also heard of Socrates, and I like Socrates because Socrates was my favorite from here too. So we all collabed and came up with innovations, which is also a great Canadian hip hop classic too, out of
Mhm.
there. And from that individual, there's other heads like Jelleestone, very original acts from here. Glenn
Uh-huh.
Lewis, you might know who Glenn Lewis is. I
Yeah.
did a song called About Your Love. Glenn's all over my album, by the way. But I did a song called About Your Love for Glenn.
Uh-huh.
Um, Promised him I would get him a deal and backed up my talk with it because
Ah.
people say you can't get artists signed over the phone at that time. In my era,
Right.
it's not like how it is now. But over the phone, I would call all A&Rs with this song that I believed in. I thought it was that much fire. I didn't want to say no CD
Right.
or wait 2 months for a meeting and send another demo. We need at least 4 songs before we can really know if this is the artist. Yeah, none of that because I actually met some A&Rs with amazing ears. That
Uh-huh.
people that they're sharp, they're on it. They know talent. They know when they hear something that it is it.
Right.
So saying that the there's a singer named Phoenix. She was signed to these guys. Her name is Phoenix. But
Mhm.
I met Phoenix through a female MC from here by the name of Sage.
Okay.
So Sage introduced me to Phoenix. It's a whole this tick tick tick. Sage introduced me to Phoenix. The Phoenix introduced me to the Byers brothers, which is
Mhm.
Mark Byers out of Philadelphia and Sherman Byers out of Philadelphia. And there's a gentleman by the name of Sadiq that came with them as well, who was at that time became after Beanie Siegel's manager. Sadiq is the one that brought Beanie Siegel to Jay-Z and them. right?
Wow. Wow.
So the Byers brothers, they heard Glenn Lewis's "About Your Love," and they flew here the next day. Not
Really?
know we'll see you guys next week or
Right.
send us the very next day. Like, yo, kid, can you pick us up from the airport tomorrow at around 9 o'clock? We're coming in.
Wow.
And I didn't say one thing to Glenn, didn't say one thing. We woke him up in the morning with boogers in his eyes and all
Uh-huh.
that. He was there, and his life was changed from there. You know, the Byers brothers, because I've worked with Glenn, I've known Glenn for years, and what Sherman and Mark did with him, for me being an artist that helped to work with someone,
Uh-huh.
the development they did on Glenn, I thought was amazing. His confidence when he came back here to perform
Uh-huh.
after they brought him back from Philly. We came back to Toronto. I just saw this fire in his eyes and this next level like animal, which what I liked. But that's through the development
Right.
of the brothers, right? Because they
Right.
do have a standard of what they look for when these gentlemen work, right? So shout
Mm-hmm.
out to Sherman Byers and Mark Byers, you know, because yeah, they that to me I saluted them because I've never seen any A&Rs or anybody make a move like that when you hear an artist. And for them to
Wow.
make a move and then the Don't You Forget It video that they did for Glenn, I thought that was amazing. There's two versions too. There's a little
Really?
X video and then
Uh-huh.
there's Chris Robinson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So let's talk.
So
Man, yo, sitting
yes.
back just listening, man, it's like a book. You're
Ah,
like a book right there, man. You're like a book,
yeah.
man. So let's talk about a couple of other things. Let's talk about some of your notable projects and TVs and shows and movies. Uh, what was the connection with that? Like, you did lift every voice in for BT. I mean,
There's okay, so
going into
there's
doing
a
that, like, how did you?
there's a lesson I'm going to share with everybody with this experience because it's
Okay,
a major lesson that I learned. Because
okay,
BT is a big deal, especially to me. BT coming up, it's a big deal. So to be a part of the family was amazing. So that happened when BT came to Toronto to do a piece on Caravana,
mm-hmm,
and in to do the interviews with them. And there's a gentleman by the name of Christian Tucklison that was just working with these guys. And he said to me, yo, when I become a producer at BET, I want you to do my music for my shows.
mm,
And sure enough, many years later after that, he found me on Facebook. Shout out
wow.
Facebook because
Shout out
through the
Facebook.
connection, the man found me on Facebook and said, hey, I'm a producer at BET. You remember me? You want to do my he's the producer of Lift Every Voice. And you know, every artist is on Lift Every Voice. You
Yeah,
know, every
yeah,
rap singer, and every artist probably they on Sunday they watch it as well.
right.
So the lesson that I learned from that blessing that I was getting,
Uh-huh.
I couldn't see the blessing the way I should have seen the blessing. Because
Hmm.
while I was in there working for BET, what I wanted to do was get my music in a rap city. I want to get my music in a 106 in Park. I want to do background music. But God put me in the best place. And I'm not seeing my blessing because I'm trying to be on 106 in Park. I'm trying to be on Rap City.
Uh-huh.
But every artist that's on Rap City, 106 in Park, end up being guests on Lift Every Voice. And
Mm.
is that God put me in a place for my music to be a part of his mission.
Yep.
I'm putting you here to do this. Hey, you weren't there, but I'm putting you here, which was a great position, great opportunity, and all that. And you know, even how it works when BT's ready to switch the guards of whoever's producing what, it is what it is. Like, take my advice. If you ever get a job like that, and these people decide to just change around, let you go, best thing to learn because it's worked for me. Don't ever cuss nobody out.
Mm.
Don't ever freak out and have no attitude because let people have their business. Let they do it. Let them do what they have to do. What that
Mm-hmm.
did for me, I didn't cuss anybody out. When they had to change whatever they had to change around, I let it be. I went on to other things. But that
Right.
led to me still having a good relationship with Christian and the other people that I got to meet at BET. So when other jobs came around, either when someone is working on a different network or whatever, something that's still big, I get a phone call. Hey man, you know what? You didn't cuss. You wasn't freaking out. Nothing. You didn't give me no attitude, man. You mad cool, son. Listen, here's the
Right.
job.
Right. And that's how the MTV stuff came about. Wow.
MTV stuff came about through a gentleman by the name of Ted Lowe. Choice Tracks. That man he owns that. That man is the man. Um, if anybody, I'm going to give everybody like, yeah, I'm giving you the gem right here. So if you're interested in doing music for film, television, TV, then you got to go follow Choice Tracks. That's where it gets done. So it's on you now to see how it works, how they break up the sound, the songs and the pieces, and how all of that works. Don't come in there thinking that you're just going to give them some beats and they're going to do it for you. No,
Mhm.
you have to know the counting and how to do all the breaking ups and all that, so it can work for you. So when you do present and they do take your stuff, you make money. And the next thing that works, there's the percentage.
Mhm.
Because Tracks gets your stuff on TV and all that stuff, you can do it for 10%, 15, 25%. I would do with them 50-50, because in business, they have a better lion share. So it's the best interest, their best interest to work with the people that's giving them the higher percentage, because they get more. If
Right.
you want to and give them the smalls and just thinks you're going to be the bigger winner out of this, cool. But you might just get 1-2 jobs. That's
Wow.
it. You might just get 1-2 jobs, and that's that.
That's it. Uh-huh.
So yeah, for me, it's worked for me splitting with them 50-50 on some stuff, because I get on a lot of shows. So I'm Pick My Ride, Date My Mom, all kinds of shows like that. I don't even know I'm on them unless I'm watching TV or I see it in my statements. But like Ted, because Ted really tried to get me to stay with TV, because he was like,
Uh-huh.
okay, just send me the beats and just watch TV. But I'm there's other things I want to do. I can't be held in just one spot. I want to do other things. But what I learned from that is there's a lot of great producers. They may not be making the most fierest beats that you dance to in the club, but they're
Mhm.
living a very good life
Yeah.
because that is lucrative and they're making good money. They don't need to be the biggest well-known producer in the world.
Mhm.
They're eating well. They're living well because they have something that's consistent, that's taking care of them.
Well, let's talk about some of the things, because your album went 4 times platinum, and you had some of the successful artists on there, Goodie Mob, Glenn Lewis, like you said, I, Smooth D, the Hustler, Jelleestone Black. Like, you had some artists on there, and it went like, how in the world 4 times platinum?
Well, that whole thing is, it's another animal in itself with its story. Four
Okay.
times in Canada, um, and the whole ride and journey to that. It's not the story that you would think it would be with 4 times platinum. It's 4 times platinum from all the work and all that. But me as a producer, I never got my money. I never got paid. Up to this day, I'm still in a situation trying to do all that, because and what led to even me being here now was from the experience with that.
Mm-hmm.
I taught myself a lot of things, meaning I didn't know how to mix and master and all that stuff with video editing. And so through the great power of YouTube and my desire to want to achieve and do things, I taught myself all that stuff. This song, even that my music, I mix all my stuff, record it, write it, all that stuff. I'm quite capable of doing everything because technology has allowed me to get that education there, to get me
Right.
to I go on YouTube. Is see right now, my era, we didn't have what is here today.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
that's
anybody here complaining about anything, to me, with the kind of technology that we have, you're just lazy to me. You're just lazy
mm,
because the
mm,
technology that is here and provided, even the studio equipment, is far way cheaper. Like an MPC, you're looking at three to $5,000 back in the day.
mm-hmm.
Now you get a machine for 500, 700, all that,
Yep.
and you get all the sounds in the world. You get everything from these
Mm-hmm.
companies.
That's
So
true.
if you really love music, you can. I've seen people take GarageBand and make the most incredible things on stuff that some people are just too lazy to make things happen. But if
Right.
you have desire to do it and the heart and the passion,
Mm-hmm.
it can happen. Just because one producer is using an MPC, you can probably kick his butt just on your little keyboard on a computer with the
Yeah.
button FTPHR. So it's all in your hunger, especially
Yeah.
in this day and time now. And the
Yeah.
way I see it as a producer, with all everybody having access to the same sounds, this era now is the battle of the brain, the
Yes, it
battle of the
is.
brains, the creativity. Who really can go left? Because pretty soon, computer is going to be doing everything that we do. You mean? But is your
Mm-hmm.
brain that incredible enough to even outdo that and outcreate that? You have to be ready for that. That's the future that's coming. So if you love music like that, you gotta be ready.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You are talking the truth. You're talking the truth. Because nowadays, man, I never seen this many DJs out.
Mhm.
Like back in my day, it was like, because I remember one of our DJs, DJ Cam, like
Yeah,
he used to we used to help put the crates inside the car. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Now the kids just okay, DJ, MP3 player, whatever, they phones and laptop, and there we go. And I'm like, wow, how
Technology,
yeah,
technology is amazing.
yeah,
Technology is amazing.
yeah,
So
man.
even the Goodie Mob song now that wasn't on my album.
Hmm.
That was a song I did for a soundtrack for Slam, the movie Slam, and how that came about was the Esthero. It's a girl now. Her name is Esthero, but at first Esthero was a group.
Uh-huh.
Doc Martin and Jenny, but
Okay.
Jenny became Esthero.
Hmm.
And Doc, the producer of Esthero, gave me a call. It's at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and
Hmm.
said, "Oh man, I got a remix for you to do. And it's gonna be featuring some big acts." And I already knew. So from by that call was over at 6. When I got off the phone with him, I was done by 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, my beat
Wow.
was ready to go by 8 in the morning. So we had no idea who the acts was gonna be on the beat. I didn't know it was gonna be Goodie Mob.
Uh-huh.
Sent it down to Doc, and next thing you know, I'm in the studio. I'm on the phone, getting a chance to kick it to CeeLo. But the person I really connected with that I thought was funny and we got along really well was Gip. I got along with Gip really well, like with
Uh-huh.
real jokes and all kinds of stuff. Even when they were shooting the video, I was
Uh-huh.
shooting video for Jelleestone, When You're Hot, You're Hot, and Innovations,
Okay.
two videos at the same time when they were doing that video.
Uh-huh.
So I would get it. I would speak to Gip and them before they would shoot, and this cool stuff. Even getting to talk to them while we're in the studio with the mixing and all that stuff. That was
Hmm.
cool. Um, I got to see the last time I saw Gip was when they came here to visit for some event, and CeeLo was there as well. But my attention was more curved to Gip because we had a connection. And I love CeeLo, like I love
Right.
and respect his music. But in that moment,
Right. It
because
was
we never
gifts.
see each other in person, it's the first time me and Gip were getting to see each other in person. And me personally, because of how our conversations were, I was
Uh-huh.
geeked. So really, I was like, what do you call it? Tunnel vision in
Right.
our connection as friends. You know what I mean? So my girl was telling me, she's like, CeeLo's tagging on your shirt, talking about, you still doing music? And she's like, you did not hear him. And I felt bad. So I'm even telling this story. So hopefully he sees it one day. Nah, I never meant to. I was just in that zone with myself and Gip at the time. You know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah. So that came about through Doc getting
Hmm.
me that gig to be on that project with Esthero and them to be doing that.
Wow, man. I'm just I'm just sitting here amazed about all the artists that you've been connected to, right?
I would love to
TZ,
hear more.
man, man. But like you said, this is like a book. This is years of doing things, the hard grind, and
Mhm,
now we come to this right now. Now you're
mhm.
single. Never did anything to fall in love. Let's talk about that single right there.
Um,
How did that
I'm
come about?
I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it because it's with the stories that I've been going through. But I was trying to tell you about as far as me not getting paid for the work that I did. You
Hmm.
know, with all the work that I was doing at that time was to save my life. As far as the label and the people that I was working with, they knew nothing about my life or where I came from or any struggles or nothing like that. They
Right.
just knew a kid that could do music. So for me, the robbery kind of hit me different because all I
Hmm.
did was work. I didn't
Right.
rob and steal from nobody. I was just in the dungeon in the studio every day, all day, trying to come up with the best songs ever, so I can eat, so I
Right.
can live, so I can and do more.
Hmm.
And yeah, that never came about. Never came about because I never told my story to people. When I won my Juno, a lot of people didn't know that when I won a Juno, I was homeless, bro. I didn't.
What?
Sleeping in a freaking park. You mean?
Hold
So
on.
a lot
Wait a
of people
second.
know,
Wait
and
a
I
second.
shared a lot of stuff with people. So to cut all that short now, I taught myself everything, and the whole concept is if I'm really the one with the talent, and I really believe in myself and my music like that, then I can do what I did before again. And it took a lot of work to
Hmm.
to get to here, and I'm happy I'm here. So even with this song now, getting to connect with someone like Whitey Don with his skills, um, it was great to connect with him, sit down and build. We did the first version, and then with the second version, we brought on Fire Sticks, which is a general from out of here. He was in a group called Big Black Lincoln with
Uh-huh.
Saukrates and a couple other acts. But he's a great songwriter, a great artist. He can rap, sing, do everything. He's phenomenal. And I said before, and I say this all the time. To me, he's my prince because I
Okay.
know an artist. I've experienced his music for years, his artistry. So I get to see him.
Hmm.
So that's why I'm even honored when I ask him to feature on a track or do anything for me. He's down to do it. And to me, it's like asking Michael Jackson or somebody huge to feature on the track and them saying yes. So
Right.
that's how high of a bar I have this guy on. So even on this record, how he wrote his verse and how he sits on the rhythm on this, I even want to hear more of him. But I figure it's just better to just let him just give the world that sample, that little taste, so you
Hmm.
still feel a little bit of that hunger, not too much, but enough to wind it back or whatever.
Right.
So it's great having these two gentlemen on here, and I get a chance to really display my skills as far as what my drums. Like before, I couldn't when I had other people mix my stuff. The drums were always hidden. The
Hmm.
drums
Hmm.
and the stuff that I really wanted to speak the way I wanted to talk musically
Uh-huh.
was always hidden. So the only way I can speak properly now is by learning how to do so. But so I had to learn how to mix. I
Right.
learned how to master. I had to learn how to put compression on my kicks and snares so they can bark at you the whole time and
Right.
all that. Like just like different things. But I'm even saying all that, I'm still learning as I go along too. Even now, I'm not a super pro, but I'm learning as I grow along. You
Right.
know, so so I'm very happy with how my drums sound now. Shout out to Colin Barrett. I hired Colin Barrett to play the bass line. He's the one that's playing the bass on the
Okay.
song.
Hmm.
Musician from here too, so I was happy to have him come on board to be a part of that with me as well. So shout out to Colin. Thank you, Colin. And um, I'm just happy with the record. I'm just hopefully everybody that gets to hear it, hope you like it. I just really wanted to be on a different vibe. I didn't want to follow what everybody else is doing so that you can have a breath of fresh air. There's a lot of
Right.
stuff that sounds so repetitive to my ear as a musician,
Mm-hmm.
Everything like a remix to a remix of a remix that remixed the remix of the remix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to my ear. So for me, just to be different, I just want to go two steps ahead.
Okay.
Not 10, just two steps ahead, just to stretch the bar a little bit, just to add something different,
Right.
and just to talk to the world so they can hear me as a producer too.
Man, well, I mean, your resume speaks for itself, right? First of all, your resume speaks for itself, and the music speaks for itself,
Thank you.
and the things that you put into the music speaks for itself. Like, come on now, you got the Jamaican background mixed with the go-go in it. Like, come on, everybody know DC go-go all day
Don't
long.
play in
Don't
DC
even play with it,
hard.
right?
Don't play. Love DC don't
So
play. DC gave me that too,
yeah,
So yeah, DC, I love DC. DC gave me fashion as well too. DC don't play. Like
DC
having the
don't.
look and the edge and all that. Yeah, DC. Shout out the whole DMV. You know, New York City as well. I
Yeah,
mean, my
yeah,
high schools as far as Uniondale, Cardinal Hayes, all that good stuff. Shout out New York, the
yeah,
Bronx.
man. Yeah, man. I mean, so with this single, right? Never did anything to fall in love. If you didn't already explain it and everything, are you gonna be going on tour? Please tell me you're gonna be going on tour.
if
Please
if it
tell me that.
costs, if it costs for me to go on tour, there's no fear. Yes, I'll definitely set up a tour and be there. So yes, if that's what it is, yes, a very innovative tour.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because I would love to see you live. To be honest with you, I would love to see you live, man. Because I
That's
know that you're gonna bring the funk.
creative.
You're gonna bring the funk, right? You know what I mean? With all everything, like you said, the bass, the drums, percussions, the saxophones. Like you're gonna bring it all, and I could just imagine how that show would be, just sitting there and just absorb everything. Like, yo,
The,
you know what?
the pressure would be on, so I would have to deliver. That's the pressure would be on, and because I don't want to look like a bozo. That's
Right,
just part of that. Nobody wants to look stupid,
right,
so
right.
you definitely bring and put your best foot forward. Nobody wants to look stupid, so that's when it happens. You definitely got to do the homework,
That's a fact.
sort out the plan of what the show is going to be, what the little highlights are going to be. Yeah, we work out a whole show that it makes some kind of sense. Because for me, it's been a while. I'm
Hmm.
right now. This is me chasing new money for myself.
Right.
You mean trying to earn new money with my music. The last time is the wrong team, the wrong people, and I'm not trying to be jaded by anything. God
Right.
gave me to make music, so the only thing I'm trying to do is what I heard from Jazzy Jeff.
Hmm.
Die empty, bro. You mean there's a
Mm.
top something he was talking about with musicians. You know, if you really feel like you have it all like that, the music in you, then yeah, when you give into the world, at least then die empty.
Yeah.
And I'm driven by that. You know what I mean? So for me, I just want to display my skills to the world. I'm not sitting here trying to be anybody else.
Right.
Kanye's Kanye, Dr. Dre's Dr. Dre, and these are people I all love and respect their work. I wouldn't even have been developed by not hearing
Listen.
their music. I buy
Yeah.
their music. I help
Yeah.
make them rich. I
Yeah.
invest in their music. You mean?
Right.
But I'm here to be different. I don't care about billions of people. If a couple people taking my music, just like the little fans I have right now, I love all of them. And
Hmm.
my little fans aren't little fans; they're
You big.
they're billions. I mean, so I'm very very grateful for everybody that has because I've met a lot of people that through my Instagram that just send me messages.
Uh-huh.
They from England, different places that discover my music for the first time, and it's such a good connection to be able to actually meet people and just communicate with them like that,
Yeah.
and get food from them as well to
Hmm.
understand what it is they like. So next time when I'm working, I have these people in mind, and I'm making sure that I'm coming with something that's gonna even make them happier than the
I agree.
last one. You
I
know,
agree. I agree. I agree, man. I definitely agree. And I just love your story, man. I definitely love your story. I love your story. I love your energy. I love what you bring it because a lot of artists don't talk about that,
Yeah.
right?
But I believe, especially where I'm at in life, if I can't be selfish and not share the story, because if I don't share it, it's going to happen to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't share it now, it's going to happen to another kid just as talented, if not more talented than myself. And that could also mess up people getting to hear music that we need to hear. This artist is not being able to work and do and deliver the stuff he should be delivering for us to get the food of music from these people, because of the things that happen to artists. You know, it was a fight. It took me a long time to get to here, but I still consistently kept putting out music year after year after year after year, just to talk to people, to say something
Yeah,
like, "Hey, I'm here, and
right,
yeah, don't sleep, knock
right.
it, knock." You know, real,
Yeah,
real, real.
I mean, it is real. It is real, and I'm glad that you came on here to tell your story.
Thanks to
Honestly,
my publicist, Sasha Stoltz. Got a
yeah,
shout out. I'm very grateful for the help that I'm getting right now to work this record and all that stuff. And she's been doing a lot of great things, helping me
branch
branch out,
out. Yeah, yeah.
really getting back out and really taking it serious, because I've released lots of singles before, but I wasn't interested in using a publicist or nothing
Mm-mm.
like that before. And she's actually helping me to get stuff out, and it's a new energy for me. So yeah, thank you very much, Sasha. I appreciate you, and thank you very much, OT, for having me, for choosing to have me as a guest on your show today. I really do
Oh
appreciate.
man,
Very humbled and grateful.
listen, man. Actually, thank you for allowing me to get that interview with you. You know, at the end of the day, like, you know, it's not just me. It's definitely you. You know what I mean? Because without you, there will be no me. I'm just gonna be. I'm gonna be honest with you.
But you
You
have
know
a
what I mean?
platform. You have a platform, brother. And there's artists that sometimes they're too picky and choosy about where they want to be. Everybody counts. Everybody matters. The
Yeah.
people you're bringing to the table to be introduced to me, they matter. That's
Yeah.
important. So
Yeah.
your platform of everybody that messes with you, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's important for me to. I'm grateful for you for introducing me to your peoples.
Right.
You mean?
Right.
So
And I'm grateful
new
for you.
artists need to
Yeah.
also learn to look at things like that, so they can catch a better growth. Don't it doesn't make any sense to be snooty, to act like, well, I don't want to be on their show. Every platform
Matter.
matters
Yeah.
if you love music.
Yeah. Yep, I agree with you 100%. I definitely agree. All right, so tell our listeners a little bit. I think what the end of this month, right?
Oh, you froze up in part of what you were saying. I didn't hear
Okay.
what you said.
All right, so I'm gonna be in Canada very soon
Oh,
because I know
nice.
they starting to open stuff back up now. You know what I mean? You gotta be double vaccinated and stuff like that. So I don't know what the capacity is right now. I think the capacity is what, like 20% right now out there in
Hmm.
Canada. You know what I mean? So once the capacity get a little up there, because Canada is like my second home. Because I've been to Toronto a couple of times. I love it. I love
Yeah,
it out there, man.
yeah.
I mean, you know, you could tell the culture out there is totally different. You know, and it's every culture is out there.
Man, you
Like
come
I
out here
said,
with accent, you just get embraced, bro.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
come out with accent, you just get embraced. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. You
yeah,
American? Yeah,
yeah, yeah, man. So you know, that's like my second home, man. To be honest with you, man,
yeah.
because I just love the energy there. I love the people out there. I love the culture out there too. You know, because you get to meet a whole lot of people
All
from
kinds of people.
all parts of the world.
Yes.
All parts of the world. And music, I got to thank you because you're putting me on the map for the Canadians. Because I tell you something, man, man, listen, I know talent. Talent is out there, you know. And when you talk about Canada, you know, the only thing you probably hear is, you know, Drake, and you probably hear about Tory Lanez, and you probably hear about Rick and all these other people. But it's more than that down there.
But we thank all those guys.
Yeah,
We are proud of all those guys.
yeah,
Even me right now to say that, because the attention I would get, or I do get, even the work that I do get, is
Hmm.
because they're doing well, because
Yep.
of their success, Drake's success, Tory's success, The Weeknd, Justin Bieber, like everybody, Jesse Reyes, everybody that's doing well. That helps. It helps all of us here. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So everybody, even from where I'm from, needs to be pretty grateful for them showing up to the office.
Yeah.
If they show up to do the work, to have their music out there for the world to hear, and for it to be as accepted as it is, it
Mhm.
they allow for other people to come looking for someone like me. You
Yep.
mean to give me a
Yep.
holler? So what else is there? Oh, you got that? They help me to eat as well.
Yeah.
So shout all those guys out. You know, there's a for me. I'm proud of everybody here. Like everybody from here. Yeah, I'm very proud of what they've done, and there'll be more.
Yeah. Yeah. A whole
There'll-
lot more. A whole lot
Yeah,
more. Whole
yeah.
lot more. So, can you tell our listeners where they can find you at on IGs, Facebook?
On IG, everyone, you can find me at Rudimental Records. Rudimental Records with a S. And Facebook, you can find me under Richard Rudimental. That is my name, Richard Rudimental on Facebook. Twitter is Rudimental Record. They can give me records. So Rudimental Record, COR. Yeah. So it's pretty funny. But yeah,
Yeah. Oh man.
I
Yo,
try.
man. Hey, listen. I gotta thank you, man. I thank you so much, man. I appreciate
Yes,
you so
thank
much
you.
for joining your boy OT. Hey, man, we gotta keep in touch. We definitely gotta keep in
For
touch,
sure.
man.
When you come to town, man, we go for a drink or go for get something to eat for sure,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, man, for sure, for sure. Hey,
no,
man, and yeah, yeah,
for real.
and you part of family now. So welcome to the OT family. We appreciate you. We definitely appreciate it. So anything that you got going on, like saying if you be like, hey, we're about to drop this right over here, bring it in. We here, and that's just not
I'll
talk. That's the,
pass somebody your way right now. Look up a gentleman by the name of Caleb Simmons, KalebSimmonds. Caleb Simmons, before the album, it's a project that I did with him. He's a gentleman out of Nova Scotia, a great talent from here, and
okay,
he's on his climb. He's been here for like a minute, but
okay.
he's still on his climb. Some people might know him. He does a beatbox, Lion King beatbox. Look up Lion King beatbox.
Really?
Talented. Look up the Lion King beatbox. This kid is phenomenal. So he can beatbox and sing. Like he can beatbox, sing, hold a note, and you're still hearing the beat go while the
What?
notes are going. Like he's
Wow.
incredible. He's incredible. But what he
Wow, Lion King beatbox. I'm actually looking it up while I'm having a conversation with you right
yeah,
now.
yes, he's the truth. He's the truth.
Oh man, listen, bring him on, man. Bring
Yeah.
him on. I wouldn't
Yes.
mind. Bring him on, man. We'll connect, cause I'm about to hit you up on the gram and stuff like that. So we'll definitely connect. I'll
He's
leave
he's
you stuff.
on the ground. Caleb Simmons is the same as his name.
Okay.
So yeah, man, good peoples, and I don't mind helping a brother like him. You know, a lot of people are pretty selfish to pass it on and help people
Mm-hmm.
out when views. It's got to be me. But I'm not really about that. He's has good music. He sounds good, and I really want to see more happen for him.
Okay.
He can get music from me anytime, but I would like to see him
Flourish
branch
more.
out and, and,
Right.
and do more. I don't have to lock any artist in to be with me because I like to see people grow. I
Right.
like to see people grow, and by them growing, I'm also growing because I
Yep.
might learn something I didn't do with him, somebody else might do, and you just learned something. There
Yep.
you
Yep.
go.
That's the truth. That's the
Yeah,
truth. You're speaking the truth on that one. You're definitely speaking the truth on that one. But see, people don't understand that. A lot of people don't understand that.
a lot of people like to control and get in the
Yep.
way. Oh, you can't work with that guy. Oh, don't
Yep.
talk to that guy. And what that's doing, you're stopping a lot of great things from happening. Allow
Yes.
certain heads to connect. If it's there's a business issue that you have a problem with, then you talk to your artist. Well, You can work with this person and blah blah blah, but the business is this and that. But don't stop the growth and the magic of the music. And that kind
Yes.
of control too turns artists off. You give them a bad. It's just not good. It just messes with the music. I'm not here to get in anybody's way, to get in the way at all. I just want
Hmm.
to hear great music. I'm not the only person that's going to be delivering great music in the world. So
Right.
that's all I'm I just want. That's all I want to see. I want to dish it out. I want to hear it. I want to dish it out. I want to hear it. That's it.
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you on that, man. I
Yeah.
definitely agree because a lot of people be getting into other people's way because they got a certain feeling about that person, and for me, like I tell people, he never did nothing to me. He or she never did nothing to me. That's you. You know what I mean? Until they cross that path with me, then we'll go here.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
and a lot of people push their issues on you because they don't want to see certain people do certain things. So I agree with you on that one, man. I agree with you. I definitely agree 100%. But hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love, man. Much love. Gotta yo. Phenomenal, man. I appreciate everything. I appreciate the story. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the single. Never did anything to fall in love. You know what I
Yes, sir.
mean? I appreciate all that, man. And we want to keep in touch. We definitely want to keep in touch, man. So anything you got going on, like you said, when I hit you up, then we definitely talk about the guy because I'm actually I got it right now on my phone. I'm ready to hit play, but I can't do it live on the air because they go like, "What you doing?"
Thanks.
So
Thanks. Um,
once we finish this,
couple things I just want to also shout out. I just did a photo shoot yesterday with Matt Barnes. I want to
uh-huh.
shout out Peter Miller. I want to shout out Quest and 100 Miles. Yeah, shout out 100 Miles. Shout out David Cropper and the people that I'm going with right now, as far as that are helping me to. I'm slowly but surely building a team, and
Okay.
Sasha Schultz as well. So
Mhm.
shout out everybody that's been in my corner, my real ones that know who they are. Thank you so much. You mean so very grateful. Thank you so much, OT, for having me here. Love and
Oh
respect
man.
to everybody.
Oh
Hope
man.
you enjoy
Listen,
the
man. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you for allowing me to interview you to get the stories and stuff like that. And everything could be like to me, I love to hear natural things, right? I don't like scripted things. Scripted things to me it just it don't bring everything out. You gotta be scripted. I kind of fall back from the strip,
yeah.
right? Because I like to see the actual energy
Yeah.
and you bring
Sometimes I answer questions because I'm still in the story, and I get so caught up in trying to give people what the reality is. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And I get sidetracked into part of getting into the story, and they don't answer the main question sometimes.
Right.
I'm really working on that too. You know what I mean? So
But see, that's what I love. That's what I love because at the end of the day, you're telling a story that's going to help people, right? You know what I mean? Like for you to sit up there and tell me when you got the Juno Award, like you was actually sleeping in the park. Like I wouldn't hear that story if we were scripted, right? It'd be baseline, baseline. You know what I mean? This line, this line, this line. Let's keep it going. Like people need to hear these kind of things. Like, yeah, you were multi-platinum artist, but you still didn't get paid for it. You didn't did all this stuff and you got awards and stuff like that, and you was actually homeless. Like,
but yo, you know what it is about us? We man, the resiliency that is instilled and built in us as individuals when you have a belief, when you want to
mm-hmm,
do something, and when you believe in the energy that is God or whatever that is to you, when
mm-hmm,
you believe in that, that energy does serve you.
yep,
When you do want something, you know what I mean? You help yourself, man. You help yourself. It's no boohoo, no crying, no nothing. I mean, you go through those moments, but then you gotta get up. You gotta wake up.
mm-hmm,
Nobody cares.
mm-hmm,
Nobody's gonna help you but you. I
yep,
story 50 million times, but if I don't get up and go behind my machine and get to work and make something that the world wants to hear about or can relate to, that I can get to a certain place for myself to save my own life, then then you deserve a boohoo.
Yeah.
You mean? So
Yeah.
for me, instead of, falling for the trap, I've seen friends get into situations and our anger gets us in the trap. I was almost ready to fall into that trap with my anger because I didn't have my money. I was a very
Mm,
angry person,
mm.
angry. And nobody understood the anger, but my anger was because I didn't have my damn money that I worked for. You
Right.
mean? So I had to control my anger because I knew what the trap was. These people want me to react, smack somebody, do
Yep.
something so I could be
Yep.
locked up. So of course they can have their way with my stuff, whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And even where I'm at right now, still didn't get paid. I tried to do the lawyer stuff and everything the right way here too, and
Mm-hmm.
that didn't work out the way it's supposed to work out, because if you don't have money to fight money,
Yep.
what I learned, and you sure you did, you got a lawyer, you got a lawyer. If you don't have money to fight money,
Money.
they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna buy out your lawyer just to be 100.
Yep.
They're gonna
Yep.
give your lawyer an offer that you can't afford, and
Mm.
the lawyer is gonna give you a little string around and buy and take that.
Yeah.
You mean?
That's
So
that's
I
right.
I went about all that the right way. For me, man, at the end of the day, I'm gonna need to make some real money and then be able to afford an American lawyer that can come over here and clean up shop. I
Yeah.
need a dog that's gonna bite up everybody, like bite everything
Everybody.
in on my behalf, because
Mm-hmm.
I have yet to meet a lawyer that I pay money that's gonna that works like that for me. You mean? Not somebody that's wishy-washy and it can easily be sold out. If you see the value in what my case is, let's go.
Yeah.
If not, I'm not here for the dance around. And if there's no value in the case, I don't want a case. I don't rather
Mm-hmm.
not waste my time. Let's go
Mm-hmm.
make new money.
Yep. Make some new
Okay.
money. Make some new money. Hey
But
man.
how I'm built, I promised these people from when I signed my contract that it's in Jamaica, at Nagosa. I promised them when I signed my contract.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. And I for my life, I mean it. And I hope they watch this. For my life, I mean it. You're not ever gonna get away with it. I'm
Mm.
coming.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm dead serious. And I want this to inspire other people too. If you ever get into situations like this, you don't just let people do you like that, and get away with doing things to you like that, no matter how many years. So for me, my whole thing is not about revenge, but I feel like the Count of Monte Cristo right now. You mean?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of work, and got bashed by a lot of people here. Didn't get the credit I deserved, but I didn't waste my time trying to do the buddy friend stuff, complain to people. I had to build something.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I had to become something. I couldn't trust individuals to take my hand and help guide me and blah. Say no. It does not work like that. And nobody's gonna do that for you.
For
When
you. Yep.
you're in music or any business in life, understand this is a selfish world now.
Yes.
Nobody gives a blue. Nobody
Yep.
cares.
Yep.
So
That's the truth.
you have to be driven to fight for yourself. And for me, from I was born black, everything's a fight. Every
Yes.
day's a fight.
It's a
I
fight.
wear
Yep.
pride. I wear that with pride every day. What round is it when I wake up?
Yeah.
What round is this? Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go.
I agree. I
Every
agree.
day,
Today
that's
is a
what
fight.
it is. We are built for this. We
Yes, we
were
are.
born for that. That's how we are. From
Yep.
ancestors on down, looking at life, all the fight
Yes.
that everybody has done for all of us to be here. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? So
Yes.
this is us. So anytime any one of you is going through stuff, you artists that are out here doing your music, have your belief system,
Yeah.
and for yourself, work
Yep.
hard, be smart, make smart decisions, be smarter businessmen and women, so you can grow into bigger and better things. You mean?
I agree.
Take
I
guidance from
agree.
people that's going to help you go up in life.
Yeah.
Want to
Yeah.
see you really flourish with business, and people that want to teach you about business, teach you about making money, how to buy a house, how to go about
Mm-hmm.
getting a car, how to do things when you have property and you own stuff, how the collateral and different things can help. I don't see a lot of kids being taught that. These rappers that are making mad money, I hope they are investing. I hope
Yeah.
they're doing the greatest thing. I'm not jealous of anybody's money. I'm quite secure. You know what I mean? But I would
Mm-hmm.
love to see people do great things. I like to see
Yeah.
people have great things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I believe I'm gonna have that too. I'm not
Yeah.
worried.
Yeah.
Not, you know what I mean? You show me your nice house. Wow, that's an inspiration.
Yeah.
I might want the jacuzzi on that side of
That's
my
right.
house. I mean, I love
That's a fact.
that.
That's a
That's the
fact.
way that the mentality of the youth need to really be moving forward in life, man. All the
Mm-hmm.
stuff they're being taught is all negative and holding them back. It's too much space on the brain that's not allowing your brain to flow
Flourish.
right,
Yep.
bumping into unnecessary stuff that you
Yep.
don't have to be bumping into with the negatives. So be your own motivator. Motivate yourself. You got to be in the mirror with yourself sometimes. You got to pat yourself on the
Stuff on the
back for
back.
you
Yeah.
sometimes. You're out
Yeah.
here fighting for you.
Yeah. I agree with that, man. I
Days
definitely
of
agree
fight
with
and
that.
enjoy the fight. Embrace it. That's all it is. Nothing to be sad about. Nothing to be depressed about. Our generations, our ancestors that were here before us, had it worse.
Mm.
Oh my God, do you think you can leave and live like, yo, half of the stuff that they went through for us to be living like how we're living right now?
Yep. I agree. I agree. I
It,
agree.
I don't, yeah.
Listen, listen, listen. I agree
Yeah.
100%,
Tell me.
man. I
Yeah.
agree 100% because everything is a struggle, everything is a fight, and you got
Yeah.
to do it. You have to do it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And for me to sit here and hear that from you, that's more of an inspiration. Like, yo, listen, you know what I mean? We all go through things.
Mm.
Some people got it worse than what we going through, a whole lot worse.
Man, hold on. Just say that too. I learned that in high school.
Uh
I
huh.
I didn't wasn't raised with my mom's pops and all that. Passed
Hmm.
around to everybody in my family, right?
Hmm.
So to instead of being all sad, boo hoo, no mom, no pops, nah. There's a friend of mine in high school, man, that had it 80 million times worse. And if you just saw him at school, you'll just think he's just a cool, happy guy.
Right.
Nobody knew his story. Mom and dad both crackheads. You mean going coming home from school is dangerous from him. Leaving school, going like waking up in the morning is dangerous for him. And just
Mhm.
for him to just deal with the struggle of loving his mom and his pops in that situation, and just the way everything was for him taught me, nah, sorry for what? You life ain't bad, bro. What?
Right. Right.
Stop feeling sorry for yourself. They taught me that every time that I'm thinking that life is bad, I already seen that there's people out there with 80 million times, not two times worse,
Yeah.
80
80
million times
times
worse.
worse. Yep.
So what are you crying for? Why waste your time crying?
Yeah.
Nah. If
Yeah.
your situation is better, you better do start from now to start making things to weave your way out, making
Yeah.
things better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a fight that you have to do for yourself, and you
Yeah.
have to do the start. Once you start, then there you go. If you sit around complaining, if I'm sitting around, I don't have my money, I didn't get paid, and I don't make these damn beats, and I don't do what God gave me as far as the talent, and use that
Hmm.
talent to do the best that I can, God is gonna feed me.
Yeah.
I'll be okay. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
I just have to show up, put my
Yeah.
hand out, do the work, let the magic of the musical gods that guide me to do what I do, put my
Hmm.
hand up to work, create what I create, and let
I
it be
agree.
what it is.
I agree. I agree 100%. Hey, man. Thank you again. Thank you again. Once again, all the people who just tuning in, I got my man Two Rule here on the show. Hey, and make sure you give them their IG one more time. Give the people your IG one more time, man.
Rudimental Records. My IG is Rudimental Records. RUDIMENTAL RECORDS. and I'm the original Rudimental. Yeah, there's a Rudimental biting my name, but I existed before them. Yeah, I mean, the original Rudimental. Check the dates, check the year. Yeah, and it comes from Rude's Mental. Whatever comes from two Rude's Mental, that's what makes the music. That's what whatever comes from my mental, two Rude's Mental makes the music. That's why I fused the two and came up with Rudimental. Rude is mental.
Yeah. Wow.
You know what I mean? But that's
And
for a
yo-
later court date.
Right.
As, as we go, as we go. The boy's coming. He's coming. You know what
Oh man, yo, I appreciate you so much, man. I appreciate you so much. Everybody, make sure you check out the single. Never did anything to fall in love. Check him out. Check him out. Hey man, I appreciate you once again, man. Thank you so much for joining
I
your boy OT.
Shout out.
Welcome to the family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll be seeing
Atlanta,
you soon. Huh?
how you doing?
Oh man, listen, man.
Yeah.
Love, bro. Love, man. I
Man,
appreciate it, man. The energy, the stories, everything is nothing but love, man. I appreciate that so much, man. So we'll be checking you out. We'll definitely be checking you out. Check your Instagram because I'm gonna send you a message
okay,
real
bro.
fast. All right. I
Hey,
appreciate you, man. Thank you again. Blessings, man. Thank you, thank you, thank
love
you.
and respect to you all.
Yes,
Everybody is
sir.
tuning. Love and respect.
Yes,
Peace.
sir. Yeah. Oh man, good show, man. Good show. Make sure y'all check my man Tuvu out. Make sure you check out his single. Never did anything to fall in love. Producer artist, Mr. Tuvu. Hey, I'm telling y'all, if you missed this show, go ahead to the OT Radio Show 1 on YouTube. Go to it. You can hit the replay button. You can go and check it out. Make sure you tune in because we got other shows that's going to be dropping very soon. That we ain't do all our shows, but we're gonna be dropping them on YouTube very soon. But all our shows is basically live. Some of our shows that we did was pre-recorded, but 99% of our shows is live. Like right now, this is live. This is what you're talking to live. So yo, I appreciate everybody for joining your boy OT. Thank you so much to Two Rule. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for all our guests all this week. If you missed it, make sure you go to the OT Radio Show 1 on YouTube. Check it out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit it. Website coming this weekend. So we're going to be posting that very, very soon this weekend. So all you got to do is actually going to be OTRadioNetwork.com. So that's going to be jumping out this weekend, and you can actually find everything on there from some of the latest shows, some of the topics. Everything is going to be on there. Some of our new sponsorships that we're going to be having. So make sure you check your boy OT out. I love y'all. Y'all be good. And hey, make sure y'all have a blessed weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. Give everybody the family, everybody the love that they need. All right? Peace. Love y'all.